Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd. The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is Network News for Friday, March 21, 2025. In the headlines, Singapore-based marketing agent Hengsheng Grenada Development Pte. Limited and its associate project Grenada National Resort face disciplinary actions. Labour Senator says he's not impressed by the 2025 $1.9 billion budget. Also in the news, regionally, educators discuss OECS primary school curriculum revision. Internationally, Heathrow Airport in London resumes some flights and hopes to run full operation on Saturday. Plus, in the sports news, St. Andrew's Anglican Secondary School crowned Secondary School's Independent Cricket Champions. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. We'll be right back.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Thanks for joining us. The details at the moment. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada has announced disciplinary actions against the Singapore-based marketing agent Hengsheng Grenada Development Pte. Limited and its associate project Grenada National Resort. This follows violations of legal and regulatory frameworks, including owner financing and illegal discounting, which threaten the integrity of Grenada's Citizenship by Investment program. Beverly Telesford reports.
Effective March 18, 2025, all applications from Hengsheng and Grenada National Resort have been suspended, including those currently under review by the Investment Migration Agency, Citizenship by Investment Committee, and Cabinet. This suspension will last for 90 days while the agency investigates the matter. If the investigation uncovers violations, all affected applications will be rejected, and any marketing sub-agent found guilty will be removed from Hengsheng's channel. Furthermore, Hengsheng's directors could face permanent disbarment from the CBI program, with the company subject to public censure. The IMA has warned that any future breaches may lead to a 120-day suspension of Hengsheng's marketing license. A third violation could result in the revocation of its license and the decertification of the Grenada National Resort, the project in Lavera St. Patrick. The IMA promised the investigation is being conducted with urgency and gave its commitment to upholding the integrity of Grenada's CBI program. Earlier this month, the IMA informed that it is cracking down on illegal practices within the CBI program. The agency said it uncovered unlawful discounting and unauthorized loan arrangements by a marketing agent affiliated with a developer. According to the IMA, a developer with a registered office in Grenada provided loans valued at US $100,000 to applicants, an act deemed illegal and in violation of the CBI program's regulatory framework. Investigations also revealed that several sub-agents were also involved in these activities, prompting stricter enforcement measures. Based on the violations, 6 applications were denied in late 2024, while 2 have already been rejected in 2025. A third rejection is expected soon. Additionally, the agency has begun revoking the citizenship of at least one approved applicant found to have benefited from discounted pricing. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
The Investment Migration Agency Grenada issued a statement regarding the Heng Sheng matter.
This is yet another demonstration of the seriousness of the government, CBI committee, and IMA Grenada in protecting and safeguarding the integrity of the program. Any stakeholder or operator who is found operating outside of the ambit of the law, regulations, rules and guidelines will be held to account. All investors are required to make the minimum investment as prescribed by law. Otherwise, their applications will be rejected. And once the offending operators clean up their act and demonstrate that they have done so, the suspension will be lifted.
Other news, Andre Lewis, Labour Senator in the Upper House, is not impressed by the 2025 $1.9 billion budget. He said there is nothing to be wowed about and has called on government to be cautious in the application of the escape clause of the Fiscal Resilience Act because it can put the country in a position where donors and creditors start raising questions. He said dipping into the reserve to finance the overall $337 million deficit can lay the foundation for the island going back into structural adjustment.
We see the suspension in the FRA until 2027. Till 2027. Beryl has been the stand-up figure for this. When I think it is about 16-point-something% of the GDP that was impacted. Grenada was not put on hold. Grenada was functional. And if Beryl calls us to suspend all the rules until 2027, we have to start wondering what is the issue behind that. What is the issue behind that? And it's anybody's guess as to what may be a major factor coming up. So even if these things have been done, it is understandable that if things are tight with you, then you're going to your reserves. That's understandable. But we are asking for caution and prudence and not to be just keeping and spending because it is there.
Pointing out that the Fiscal Responsibility Act repealed and replaced with the Fiscal Resilience Act, which is responsible for government's prudent spending since it came into effect 10 years ago. Senator Lewis told the Upper House that the millions of dollars in reserve may disappear by government's decision to extend the escape clause until 2027. The clause provides for the finance minister to suspend the requirements for public debt target and primary balance rule during a fiscal year when the condition for suspension is applicable.
It is because of the FRA that brought certain restrictions on the lavish spending of governments, including the past one that used to be spending all over the place. My partner Coxon, right? Senator, and he knows that. The FRA came in to put certain measures in place that assisted us to be able to dip, and this administration able to find, that's why he met probably a pregnant treasury, right? But remember, in all pregnancy, there will be birth. Yes, some takes longer, some come before. And sometimes, all depends on how you beat up yourself, it might come faster than. So we just sending this as a caution. Because we are prepared to make sacrifices, but it just becomes overbearing. Because when you pass a deficit budget, it creates doubt for investors, the international community.
Legal Affairs Minister Senator Claudia Joseph said government's decision to increase the threshold of the 2014 Public Procurement and Disposal of Public Property Act from $15,000 to $100,000 last year was based on the price increase for goods and services within the 10 years that the law has been in effect.
Madam President, the Public Procurement and Disposal of Property Act came into effect in 2014. At that time, the threshold was set at $15,000. We had an administration between then and 2022 that was sleeping on the job. Because we had increase in prices, we had COVID that caused goods and services prices to skyrocket. But the threshold remained at $15,000. Basically, nothing could be done, Madam President. Nothing could be done quickly and efficiently, and that is why we inherited a terribly crumbling infrastructure.
Senator Joseph, who is also the Attorney General, told the Upper House while contributing to the 2025 budget debate that when an emergency such as the collapse of a road or bridge occurs, the bureaucracy as required in the 2014 legislation prevented swift action.
You can't even build a driveway to your house from the main road these days for $15,000. But here you had government threshold being $15,000. So we were responding to the needs, the infrastructural and other needs of our country, and moving with the times, bearing in mind the astronomical increase in goods and services over time from 2014 to now. You had to have been sleeping on the job to not realize that this legislation needed amending a long time ago.
All right, so the 2014 Public Procurement and Disposal of Public Property Act promotes the public interest by prescribing the principles of good governance, namely accountability, transparency, integrity, and value for money in public procurement, and establishes a framework of operational principles and procedures for efficient public procurement and for the disposal of public property by public entities. Finance Minister and MP for St. Patrick East, Dennis Cornwall, said despite rumors in circulation, he will be contesting the next general elections as the NDC administration eyes a second term in office.
I think I have a lot more to offer the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martin. Yeah. And so I've heard the talk out there that Cornwall is not running. Let me make it abundantly clear. I would run until I say no.
Appearing on GBN's To The Point program, Minister Cornwall said he heard talks of him being sick during his presentation of the 2025 budget. Cornwall admitted he was ill, but said it was a temporary illness.
You know, some people look at you and say, well, boy, in the budget you appeared to be sick. I was sick. Sick from the standpoint that I had just come out on a tour in the Middle East. I came back with an eye infection, and I was on sick leave at the time I was presenting the budget. Yeah. You know, if my glasses right now, I would say I have to change all that because, the eye infection is a sign of that everything is not there. Notwithstanding that, I am healthy, I am prepared, and wholly and truly prepared to support this administration in getting into office a second term. So, take it off your mind. Cornwall will be there, full support.
This year marks the NDC's third year in office. Constitutionally, Grenada's next general election should be held no later than October 2027. We are reporting the day's news. Network news still ahead. Stay close.
He hit me. Will CG United cover this?
Don't worry. Remember when I was in that competitive arm wrestling circuit? 3-time champion, baby. I did feel bad crushing all those arms and dreams. So I took them all out for ice cream. And then we got crushed. CG United handle my claims fast.
That explains the arm.
The best cover for the best value. CG United. Good like that.
Are you looking to further your education but need financial support? Ariza Credit Union is here to help. With our educational loan, you can pursue your dreams. Whether you're working and studying, taking professional online courses, or engaging in full-time education, we've got you covered. Our flexible repayment options and competitive interest rates provide the right support for you on this journey. Visit Ariza Credit Union. Apply today, take control today, and own your own education.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
How am I supposed to finish cooking like this? I wonder if climate change is behind all these water shortages. Time to think about the future. It's really time to invest in a proper water storage tank, you know. What water tanks you guys have available?
We have 450 gallons for a family of 3, 800 gallons for a family of 5, and 1,000 gallons for a family of 7. Purchasing any of these tanks will ensure that you have enough water stored.
Don't be like me and wait until you're out of water. Be smart. Be prepared. Invest in a proper water storage tank today.
ACB's Me Start, Manage, Expand. Don't call me small. I'm dreaming big. I'm gonna have it all. ACB's Me Start, Manage, Expand. They came on all my competition, got the whole bag's attention. ACB, best financial solution. My business has a good reputation. Ready for success? Call us at 444-4919 or visit us at acbonline.com to learn more. ACB's Me. Start, manage, expand your business today.
In Grenada, sports aren't just a game, they're a way of life. They teach discipline, teamwork, and resilience. They inspire the next generation to push boundaries and chase excellence. That's why the Investment Migration Agency of Grenada is proud to support sports initiatives as part of our commitment to youth and national development. When we invest in sports programs, we invest in the future. We invest in the health and well-being of our youth, and we invest in broadening Grenada's reach, proudly connecting our athletes, our talent, and our nation to a global community. Together, we all go further. The Investment Migration Agency, unlocking the possibilities.
Oh, it happens to all of us. Low on cash and in need of money right away. Play Instacash Monday to Sunday and there are no draws.
So what you saying? No numbers to choose from?
Nope.
And no draw sessions to wait on?
Nope.
And we can play it anytime and any day?
Yep. Including Sundays. Instacash. Ask for it by name and choose from a wide variety of games as low as $2 and win instantly. It is fast, it is easy to play, and you win cash right away. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
One venue, 3 cars, $35,000 in cash. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the big one, because on Saturday, May 3rd, from 6 p.m., get set for the biggest event for 2025, the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo. At the National Stadium, you can win 3 mint-condition cars, a Suzuki Ignis, a Suzuki Swift Sports, and a Honda Vezel Plus. But wait, that's not all. You can also win $35,000 in cash.
Whoa, is this real?
Yes, it is. 3 cars plus $35,000 in cash. Tickets are $60 for one or $100 for two. This will definitely be the event for 2025. Don't miss the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo. Saturday, May 3rd at the National Stadium. Brought to you by Carib. It's the way we play.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Rebecca Television Center Education Minister Senator David Andrew told the Senate on Thursday that there is no truth in a claim that there has been a drop in registration and completion of programs or courses among students at the T.A. Marisha Community College. He said the records from the college for the period 2019 to 2024 show an increase in students enrolling and completing courses.
Madam President, so I look at these figures and I want to point out this document contains the enrollment and withdrawal numbers from 2019 to 2025. So 2019 to 2020, one school year, 2020 to 21, 2021 to 22, 2022 to 23, 23 to 24, and 24 to 25. And I want to just go through the enrollment figures at TAMCC for those years. In 2019 to 2020 was 1,922. In 2020 to 2021, that's before we got into office, was 1,944. In 2021 to 2022, the election year, it was 2,086. In 2022 and 2023, 1,946. In 2023 to 2024, 2,080. In 2024 to 2025, 2,170. Now, I want you to point out that the enrollment is trending upwards based on these figures. It's trending upwards consistently.
Senator Andrews said almost all of the students who are enrolled in the college are completing studies.
Figures out because I want the records to be set clear, Madam President. As far as we are concerned, the free tuition policy and our interventions at the level of TAMCC so that these young minds can get easier access to continued education is working because we see that the enrollment is increasing, the dropouts are decreasing, and the students who stay and complete, which is the third column, continues to increase from 1,669 to 2,057 in 2025. The people on the other side, in the other place, and on the other side of this house who want to perpetuate these falsehoods must stop it. The Calypsonians will say, them have to stop that.
This story to report: a pet owner is appealing for the return of her beloved dogs. Rachel Anthony's two dogs, Jolly and Samson, vanished without a trace. Anthony, who lives in Montu, St. George, near Superfund, describes her dogs as well cared for, familiar with their surroundings, and never prone to strain. Jolly, a terrier mix, and Samson, a Cocker Spaniel Husky mix, were last seen in their gated yard.
I noticed that this has been happening too often. You know, I recently got my 3 new dogs. They're a mix, 2 Cocker Spaniel Huskies and 1 Husky. It's becoming too prevalent because, you know, owners get connected with their dogs. You know, they're like part of my family. You know, I've grown up with dogs all my life. And it's very upsetting and distressing for the family.
Anthony, deeply distressed, said she filed multiple reports with the Criminal Investigation Department at the South St. George Police Station, but is yet to receive a response.
I'm on the belief that my 2 dogs were stolen. First on the 25th of February 2024, and this has reoccurred. This is a recurring pattern. I sent an email to the CID in South St. George's. However, I have not had a response to date. I sent 2 emails, you know, and they haven't reached out to me at all, you know.
Anthony is urging the public to remain vigilant and report any sightings of her 2 dogs. If you see Jolly or Samson or suspect stolen dogs in someone's yard, contact 444-4407 or GSPCA. We'll be right back. This is the news.
In a world driven by digital innovation, our future is defined by connectivity and communication, shaping how we learn, work, and interact. But what safeguards our digital rights? The Electronic Communications or EC Bill will. The EC Bill ensures rights such as improved quality of service, data privacy and security, support for universal service and access, and complaint resolution are protected, with a tribunal to resolve disputes. This is consumer protection. The EC Bill also ensures a competitive environment for electronic communications companies to enter the market. There are many other benefits of the EC Bill. Ectel is paving the way for a fair, secure, and inclusive digital society for our contracting states.
Ectel and the NTRCs, digitally transforming our space together.
Fully 1 week. Nah. Telling you. You them boss dragon. Hello. You see that? About 10 now. Them man make a hard day, man. Me a 38 day, man. But you man 92. Yeah. Yeah. You the number 1 run, man. Oh man, what is that easy? No what? Nice. Yeah. You number 1. Me too.
Whether sipped neat, mixed into a classic cocktail, or savored on the rocks, our rum delivers a taste that captivates and satisfies. Choose greatness. Choose Classcoat, the #1 rum. Produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Hi, I want $10 on Playway, $20 backup on Pick 3, and cash for each, please. Okay, are you adding multi-X to your bet? Yes, multi-X, all of them. Smart. Best value bet. Backup and multi-X, you cannot go wrong. Don't matter the bet, multi-X all of the daily games.
With multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add multi-X to all your Playway, daily Pick 3, and daily cash for bets every day and for every drop, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
The Caribbean Development Bank's economics team is already putting plans in place to safeguard the Caribbean region in the event of an economic fallout from the United States policy shift regarding immigration, trade, aid, and more. President of the CDB, Daniel Best, provided an update during the bank's annual conference on Wednesday.
We have already done an analysis, an initial analysis, and I think we all appreciate the fact that to say the situation is fluid is a bit of an understatement, right? So we've done, our economics team has done an initial assessment. One of our early findings is that at this moment, there is approximately US $280 million in undisbursed obligations to the Caribbean from United States funding, whether it is USAID or other spaces. 80% of that is to Haiti. So this is not an immaterial situation that we're dealing with. Now, and the fact that the United States is not a member of the Caribbean Development Bank or doesn't contribute to our funds is cold comfort, because we are of the Caribbean and we have a mandate to support the Caribbean. So what are we doing to respond to this? Well, firstly, we have already convened meetings with CARICOM agencies that are being directly impacted.
Ian Durant, Director of Economics at the CDB, elaborated on the very same sentiment as he presented the bank's 2025 outlook. Durant noted that while 15 countries in the region surpassed pre-pandemic output levels, there are several global issues which could derail Caribbean economies, including the changing United States policies.
While the Caribbean region is on track for continued growth in 2025, there are several risks that could alter this trajectory. Internationally, geopolitical tensions, along with a resurgence of protectionist policies, could elevate uncertainty in global markets, disrupt supply chains, and exert upward pressure on commodity prices.
Stay with us, the sports news.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grandans, Victoria Street, Grenville, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians, from wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up several notches, but the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
Good evening, sporting fans. St. Andrew's Anglican Secondary School are the champions of the Secondary Schools Independence Cricket Tournament. The St. Andrew outfit completed a 5-wicket victory over MacDonald College at Progress Park last evening, chasing 91 runs for victory. Ethan Abram top scored with 26, while Jamie Wickham chipped in with 14 runs. Batting first, MacDonald College were unnerved by some discipline bowling from Kevonte Bartholomew and Raheem Hall, who returned figures of 4 for 31 and 3 for 9 respectively. MacDonald College were bowled out for 91. The Republic Bank 5 for Fun cricket program has returned to Grenada. Republic Bank, in collaboration with Cricket West Indies, launched this year's edition of the exciting all-inclusive cricket program at the Bosiju playing field on Thursday. The launch also marked the commencement of the second edition of the program in the Spice Isle. It is set to engage students ages 8 to 12 in formal cricket coaching and the fundamentals of the game. Republic Bank's 5 for Fun forms the base of CWI's developmental pathway and ensures that children not only have access to cricket at the primary school level, but also promotes the game in a fun, safe, player-centered environment with opportunities for social and life skills development through cricket.
Cricket development pathway. It caters for boys and girls, as Mr. Kearney would have mentioned, between the ages of 8 to 12. So here is where we begin our talent identification for migration into our soon to come on board, I'm letting the cat out of the bag here, Mr. Gilbert, our reinstating of our grassroots program, which caters for players between the ages of 12 to 19. So it is a straight pathway from Republic Bank 5 for Fun program into our grassroots setup. And then we also have the institution of our high performance academies for our 23 players, both male and female. And of course, the next step is into our senior team. So that's the developmental pathway that we have.
Brendan Ramlal, CWI's developmental coach, talking there. He cited other overarching benefits of the program.
You would have mentioned in terms of the sport of cricket, going well beyond the practical skills. We would have done, myself and Keshava, some coaching education workshops earlier this week with coaches both here on mainland Grenada as well as coaches and teachers out in Carriacou. And our focus for this workshop has been on an implicit style of learning, where it's a player-centered approach where it is focused on players making critical decisions on their own. And this is what Five for Fun will bring. It's a very unique game. As Mr. Kenroy would have mentioned, just 5 persons on field, not 11. So there are lots of decisions to be made in terms of field placing, in terms of batting, in terms of where you can score, areas that you need to bowl. And that is what our younger generation is heading towards. This unique format, this fast-paced format, where they can really express themselves, and that is what we are going for.
Still talking cricket, semis and final this weekend in the semis in the Dennis Cornwall St. Patrick T20 tournament.
So we get set for a very exciting weekend of cricket in St. Patrick's as we conclude the tournament. The Honorable Dennis Cornwall sponsored St. Patrick's T20 Blast. This weekend, of course, is our semi-finals. We have 2 exciting games. In game 1, we feature Redmond Junior team against Fountain United. And in game 2, we see the heavyweights Riversally versus Mali. And these 2 games are going to be 2 exciting matches that we are going to be seeing, where the winners, of course, will go into the grand final, which will be on Sunday at the Riversally playing field. The first game plays at 10 o'clock in the morning, and the second game begins at 2 p.m. And we are going to be having the finals on Sunday. And we, of course, would have the third place playoff first on Sunday, and that will be followed by the grand finals, which would be played at Riversally from 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And following the game, we would have our prize giving ceremony as well. We are going to be giving prizes to the tournament MVP, the person who would have scored the most runs, the person who would have scored, obviously gotten the most wickets, and of course our Champions Trophy, all sponsored by Honorable Dennis Cornwall.
Norman Gilbert, President of the St. Patrick's Cricket Council. Finally, in the sports news, the excitement of the Super League climbs to another level this weekend. Organizer Theron Francis brings us up to speed on the action set for tonight and the rest of the weekend.
Right now, we are at the quarterfinal stage of the SBL Honorable Andy Williams Super League 2025. Today, we got 2 games for you as we start the quarterfinals. First game starts at 6:30 p.m. Second game starts at 8:30. Tomorrow, we got 2 games again starting from 6:30 p.m. These 8 teams will battle for a spot in the semifinals starting next weekend, right on the Grand Dance Hall Court.
All right, that's the sports news for now. A call has been made for clarity on what would be required for a regional debt for climate swap. It's coming from CARICOM Chair and Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Amor Motley. All right, let's go internationally now and let you know that Heathrow Airport, which has been closed due to a fire at a substation that knocked out the power to the airport, has resumed flights. Counter-terrorism detectives are leading the investigation into the cause of the fire, but say there is no suggestion at the moment of sabotage or foul play. The airport now says it hopes to run a full operation tomorrow, Saturday, and will provide further information shortly. It also urges passengers not to travel to the airport unless the airline has advised them to do so.
That fire, which broke out late on Thursday night in Hayes, a West London suburb, is still being battled by local firefighters. Like you said, around 150 people had to be evacuated, thousands left without power. Clearly, Heathrow Airport is so reliant on the power substation that this fire affected that it's going to have to close for the entire day. Now, we know that airports sometimes have to close for hours at a time, sometimes half a day, but closing for an entire day is really very, very rare. And it's not just any airport we're talking about. This is Heathrow Airport, Europe's busiest. Some estimates put it as the second busiest in the entire world, just behind Dubai. 83 million passengers passed through Heathrow Airport last year. 230,000 passengers go through Heathrow Airport every single day. And like you said, those 1,300 flights that take off and land every single day as well. So to close any airport for an entire day is disruptive, but to close an airport like Heathrow for the entire day is hugely disruptive.
We return to a previous story. A call has been made for clarity on what would be required for a regional debt for climate swap. It's coming from CARICOM Chair and Barbados' Prime Minister, Mia Amor-Motley.
Last year, Grenada did not have to face what it faced with the recovery of Carriacou. Last year, St. Vincent and the Grenadines did not have to face what it has to face with the recovery of Union Island and Mayro and the other islands that have been affected. Last year, Barbados, little known fact to most of you, did not have to face what we are facing now with having to build back a temporary fishing harbor for $16 million US, knowing full well that it is not going to last, having to confront the cost of potentially as much as a quarter billion US, 250 million US for a new fishing harbor, having to repair the Coast Guard station, having to do at least $30 million US in repair works to the port. Anywhere up to 1 or 1.5% of GDP should be capable of being provided on an annual basis towards resilience without prejudice to what we can raise regionally in a resilience bond, to be able to help the Blue-Green Bank, to be able to help the CARICOM Development Fund, to be able to help the Caribbean Development Bank. If we can do that, then I believe we can move the needle. And that's why Bridgetown 3.0 talks specifically about unlocking domestic resource mobilization, because you can't ask, God helps who? The people that help themselves. And if we're going to ask people to help us, we need to do a damn better job of helping ourselves than we're currently doing at a regional level.
A reminder of the headlines right after this. A reminder of the headlines. Singapore-based marketing agent Heng Shen Grenada Development Pte. Limited and its associate project Grenada National Resort face disciplinary actions. Labour Senator Andre Lewis says he's not impressed by the 2025 $1.9 billion budget. Also in the news regionally, educators discuss OECS primary school curriculum revision. Internationally, Heathrow Airport in London resumed some flights and hopes to run full operation on Saturday. Plus, in the sports news, St. Andrew's Anglican Secondary School crowned Secondary School's Independence Cricket Champions. Congratulations to them. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. It's the weekend. Please be safe. Have a beautiful one. Stacey Blake, my colleague, will be in on Monday. Good night.